All right, and I'm going to start to screen share. All right.
All right, perfect. And then just to start out, so we're developing it so that it'll be like on a mobile app. So if you can like right click anywhere in like the white area, like outside of the box, just do like right click and then the bottom option is inspect like the last one. Yeah. And then if you can do like where it says elements on where like a little bit at the top, um yeah, that on the left of that there's like a computer and a phone like little icon a little bit above that.
Oh, okay. Here.
On the right side of that. That's the one, yeah. That's the second one. And then I think that should make it to where it looks like a phone.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yes, that's the most realistic we'll get. So I think that should be okay. So
All right. Is there a username and password or?
I want to see if you can do it from like start to finish. So if you can register an account.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yes, I know I used a weak password. So one thing that I would say there is make sure that you enable strong passwords.
Okay.
So I shouldn't be able to have made, I did that on purpose. I
Mhm.
shouldn't be able to make a weak password for a communication device like this.
That's definitely true. We use 1234 for all of our passwords. I think because if somebody made an account that messes up, like deletes a group they're not supposed to delete, we can
Oh
enter
no,
in.
I mean when you go live. So
Yeah,
when you
definitely.
go
Yeah,
live, yeah.
you're right on
All
that
right.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I registered, I'm in.
And then I'd say there's about like three, four main features. If you can just like click through the first four, like or like any page is fine. You can go through any page, but just like four main features. And some of the I believe like the last three are not fully implemented.
Okay.
And then I have a question just to like see if
Yeah.
this is like understandable. So you're on the police group and you sent a message. Who do you think this message goes out to?
Right now, that was going to actually be my first question. I
Mhm.
don't know if this is going out to the community or if it's internal.
Okay. This is internal and I think that could definitely be more clear.
Yeah.
Um
So
so
I would put it up probably next to this here and just in parentheses internal.
okay.
Just that would be the simplest. The other, yeah, because you wouldn't want to put it next to the username. Um, you could also bifurcate when you click on police that it then says internal, external.
Okay.
Sorry, I was in Silicon Valley for 20 years before I did this.
No, this is great. So that's even better than you know exactly how it should look, you know, so
Okay, cool.
you know to go about it straight.
So I see now that this one is public, so I see what you're trying to do here. So I see. So this is basically internal, internal, and then public means public. So and we go, let's see what happens. Mayday. Okay, clicking there. Let's see anything here. All right, so it looks like this is some sort of an acknowledge,
And then
but
sorry, can we try something as well just to make it even more realistic for like a phone view?
yeah.
At the bottom there's like the two lines, the gray lines, at the bottom of the screen. If you can just like drag it up and then um however much you can. Like I'd say like to the middle, like yeah, a little bit lower. That's probably yeah, a good way
Yeah,
to
no,
do it.
that's about the same. Yeah, that's about the size of a of an iPhone or a okay. So it looks like this is so one thing I would add is when you hover over tooltip that lets people know what it's doing. right? It should be obvious, but this one isn't so much.
Definitely, I
Um,
agree.
all right, so then responders. Yeah, so this is me creating a Mayday, and then it was acknowledged by somebody. I'm not sure what the difference would be between medic, police, and responder, other than does responder encompass both medic and police and not the public?
Exactly, yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Um, so maybe first responder, you probably run out of space, but something there to make that a little bit more clear to the user. Okay, so this is my contact list. So ostensibly, I should be able to click through. All right, so now I've got admin 0 here, and this should be private chat.
That's correct.
Right. Okay, so those look like this looks like user management. Groups I'm participating. I'm not managing any groups. All right. So if it's a closed group and I'm not invited to it, I probably shouldn't be able to click through to it unless it's a closed, or is it the assumption that it's a group that I created and closed?
So I believe these are groups that somebody added the first responder category you're a part of too. So
Okay,
somebody probably added all the police and then they ended up closing the group.
got
Um
it.
and
So yeah, it might be, yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm not a good UI guy, but there should be a better understanding as to, you know, okay, so this came from the medic or this came from police, just something to pull it back so that I can, and maybe what you do is you just say closed groups and you have medic, police, public responders, and then the ones that belong under each category are there. That'll probably be the simplest thing.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so this looks like location-based services. All right, so I see what you're trying to do here. So let's say I want to drop let's see.
And I think for the map, like a lot of things aren't implemented yet.
Okay, but I would imagine this is I drop a pin or I want to share my location. It's an emergency, like I'm code 33 or something, and I want to let somebody know. Or as a citizen, I want to let you know where it's happening.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. So looks like it's a little, there we go, a little stuck. All right, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I think there's not too much on the maps page right now.
Copy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's all good. All right, and then
But
here,
okay.
incidents dashboard. All right, so it looks like that's cool. Creating an incident. So this looks like it's for the citizen. Suspect description. Here, I'm going to model it after myself. They won't say suspect. What would they say? Just robbed me. They won't say pocket checked. All right. So this looks like we're trying to assign resources to the call potentially that was just created, the incident that was just created. So I could say, okay, I want this car or I want this and I want this person to handle it. It doesn't seem to be enabled, but
Yeah, that's correct though. Yeah.
okay, cool. All right. So one question that I have right off the bat is anytime you have a system like this, every action that is taken and undertaken needs to write to an audit log. And your admin, like somebody like me, because I head up information technology here at the police department, I need to be able to have access to that.
Okay.
Especially for police with all the accountability that's going on. There may be an internal affairs case, and if they opened up, if they initiated the incident through an application like this, then it will be a part of the investigation into that complaint.
Mhm.
So that's very unique to police, but it is very real.
Okay, that makes
Um,
sense.
Other than that, again, I would just add some tool tips. That's just a common best practice.
Mhm.
Um, I don't see how this will ever replace the radio, unless there's an easy way. I wasn't able to test it. Um, unless there's an easy way for me to be able to communicate quickly with people. Because remember, for an officer, at least in Oakland, radio is always right here,
Mhm.
right? And so it's on the opposite side of your of where you have your gun. So if I need something really quick, it's much easier for me to go up here
Mhm.
and just say, yeah, this is one Lincoln 21. I am show me on scene or whatever's going on, right? The other thing that they have on all radios is a panic button. What that panic button does for us, it's called code 33. It sends a distress signal and communications is made aware. It goes out on the radio. So again, and this would probably be applicable with fire too, but the app should have some sort of oh shit button for the first responder, and it should automatically pick up the location um, from their phone and put it over. I know this is going really into the weeds, but if you really want to replace radio, these are the types of things that the app is going to need to be able to do long term. And I know that this is a school project, but even if you don't build it, I think it'd behoove you to acknowledge the limitations and, if you had more time and resources, what you would ostensibly want to be able to do.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I appreciate you like giving that much detail because I know we don't really have that much time. I think we have until like early May or something, but we
Yeah.
want it to be like, something that's a useful tool. So knowing that information, whether we're able to like fully implement it or not, we're definitely gonna try. So thank you
Okay.
for, yeah, even saying that. Appreciate
Yeah. All right. I don't have any other feedback. I think the UI is slick,
it. Hmm.
in terms of its navigability. Again, once you add the tooltips, these are common, like this may not be so common,
Right.
right? So once you add tooltips, things will become a little bit more easier to read. Um, and it seems like there was some good thought. You make things, click, click here, one, two, three. So um, it's nice. The other thing that you could potentially do on the incident creation is add a what was it? Add a why can't I create one now? I was able to do it so easily last time.
Yeah, I think the button might have disappeared or something. I don't see it.
Yeah. So when you're opening an incident, and can I go into an incident? Okay, perfect. So in addition to me having this drop down here where I can assign the priority, which totally makes sense, if you could create one on the front end for the person and, populate the top 10 crime types, robbery, right?
Uh,
And then they select because then what that will do is it'll make running reports a lot easier. If
mhm.
you don't put it on the front end, definitely put it on the back end. for somebody to be able to do that because I'm going to want to pull metrics from this. I'm going to want to understand what type of calls am I getting here? Are they the right type of calls? Are they not? And how do I communicate with the public to let them know the type of crimes that we want to be reported through this?
Got you. Okay.
All right.
That makes a lot of sense. That's definitely a useful feature to have.
Uh, that's it. I think
That's
that's
it.
all. Again, I think it's a great start to a product. And I could see the feasibility of using it.
That sounds good. Um, I think you used pretty much all the features, like the main features that we've implemented, like
All right.
everything I wanted you to try out. I think I got enough feedback. Uh, and again, I appreciate you meeting with me. I'll go ahead and
Yeah, not a
stop the recording.
problem.
Is that okay?
What's that?
I'll go ahead and stop the recording. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.